Well, hello there, Spooky. Is that you over there, Speedy? What, Spooky? Was the storms terrible last night? They was. Yeah, what do you got to say, Speedy? You ain't got to say much. Oh, y'all calm down now, Spooky? After the storms, you are. It was terrible, huh? Yep, I think they were. But the birds are out. It's highly overcast again. Yep, we had some strong thunderstorms come through starting, about 9 or 10 o'clock. And of course we had torrential rains and a lot of lightning, wind, all throughout the night, through this morning. And it finally passed a little before 7. And now, all is calm. The sun's trying to peek out, as you can see out there. So once again, everything's good in my neighborhood. But what I wanted to talk about today was we're going to talk about blueberries. Because that's one thing. We got a lot of it. But I also noticed something yesterday before the storms. It also appears we got a lot of something else too. And both of them will bring some sweetness in our life very soon. Oh yeah. And we tore out the collard plants. Well, all but 1 or 2. Yep, we didn't need 5 million collard seeds. You just gonna lay there, Spooky? And relax? Try to get a nap? I don't blame you. Maybe I'll take a nap this afternoon too. Oh, well, hello there again, friends and family. So good to see you again. Out here, my little piece of paradise in the deep south of Alabama. And yeah, like I said earlier, I want to talk a little bit about some of the fruit we grow. We don't actually grow that much that we planted, but if you've been with the channel for any length of time, you'll know we got quite a lot of fruit here. You know, we got our native blueberries, which are a variety of ground crawling blackberry, and then we do got some native upright cane blackberries too. And then we got our blueberries and our figs. Let me show you just how they're doing and talk about them a little bit if you want to. So yeah, as you can see, the blueberries are just loaded up. Yes, they are. I don't know what we'll do with them all. I'm sure we'll give some away. And we'll pack them in the freezer for another day. Look at that one right there. Of course, we got some of those American greenbrier vines growing up in them. As soon as the berries come off, we'll get that all out. Yeah, I wanted to get it all pruned off the plants this winter, but with the way things have been going, that just didn't happen. And of course this spring we've had other things to concentrate on. But you can see this one right here isn't growing as high as this one right here. That's because they're a different variety. This one right here, if you look at the berries, you can't tell the difference except they've got just a slight pinkish blush. Then over here, these are just green. And as we move on, you can see this next clump is just green. And then we come up to here, you'll see this large bush has got that pinkish, purplish tint too on the berries. Now why is that? Because there's actually 3 varieties here. There's a Brightwell blueberry, there's a Premier, and one powder blue right there. And why is that? Well, even though most blueberry varieties are self-pollinating and self-fertile, many are not. And as always, if you want to have an abundant crop, it's always best to plant more than one variety. But to do it right, you've got to understand what variety you have and what variety pollinates them very well. And like here for the Brightwell, you know, that's Premier. For Premier is Brightwell. And there are several others more, like Tiff Blue, Climax, Powder Blue. You just got to know your variety. And these are all rabbit eye blueberry varieties. That's what we grow in the south because they require the least amount of chill hours. You know, temperatures below, I think it's below 45 degrees. Don't quote me on that. I'm getting old. But anyway, we've got 3 varieties, each of which, the Powder Blue, the Brightwell, and the Premier, are pollinators for each other. So that's how we get these amazing bumper crops. Well, that's one part of it. Growing them here on the west side of the house in filtered shade, I think has worked out well for my climate. And as far south as we are, keeping them out of the blazing sunshine. As you can see, there's just an abundance of blueberries on these bushes. I would say tens of thousands or more. A lot of picking, a lot of freezing. Of course, you can can them. You can turn them into jams and jellies if you want to. But they're doing amazing with very little care. And I'm glad I went ahead and bit the bullet and planted them so many years ago. I truly enjoy them. Well, let me know in the comments below the video if you grow blueberries and how yours are doing, and where you're living, and what types you grow. I think we'd all want to know. Spooky, you just gonna chill out? Take a break, huh? I don't blame you. Speedy, enjoy your water. But the other thing I wanted to talk about today was the figs. I've been quite concerned since we had a late frost. And we'd had a few figs on the tree, and we lost all but one. I don't know if the birds got it, or if indeed it was the frost. I can't even find it now. And then I didn't see a one for several weeks. But I came out here yesterday, and look at here. There's 3 right there. 2 more back in there. 1 coming on there. There's 2 more there. 2 more here. See, figs fruit on the new year's growth. There's 1 right there. 2 more hiding in there. You see them? With another smaller one there. So when I get looking all throughout here, instead of seeing none, there's another one, another one. Woo, look right here. 2 right there. Another 2 right here. More right there. This is probably going to be my best early fig crop in my memory. There's 3 more there. They're just around everywhere. And you probably hear some ticking in the background. Well, that'd be my Cleo. She showed up to claw my feet. Yeah, they're figs everywhere. So that's exciting news. And as far as I can tell, this is a brown turkey fig. If I look back through my notes over the winter time, I thought it was a Chicago Hardy, but that didn't make no sense since I don't got to worry about the figs freezing so much down here. Oh, there's another one right there. And another one there. Oh, I see 2 more right over here. And another one right there. And there's more up higher in the tree. But bear that in mind. Figs They're easy to care for. You got to pick a variety that's hardy for your climate. And we don't really got to worry about going into negative degrees. If indeed this is a brown turkey fig, which I believe it is, from memory and notes, this will survive down to 10 degrees, which makes it perfect for the deep south. And it will crop in the late spring to early summer, like it is right now, but it will also, if it's cared for right, have a fall crop. So you get 2 crops every year. And the thing to remember is to prune it, to have more new growth the next year, because here again, it's the new growth that will give you the figs. And then especially mulch it, and mulch it deep. That can be wood chips, or you can do like I do with leaves, grass clippings. And you know, I put them around here all the way out to the drip line, at least 8 to 10 inches deep. And see, that's all packed down and decomposed. As Cleo is here showing us right here. Right, Cleo? And look at that. Now it's just black compost. So that not only feeds the pig, but it protects its shallow roots. Pigs have very shallow roots, so they're not drought tolerant, and they're not freeze tolerant. So by mulching them, we conserve moisture through the hot summer months into the fall, but that mulch cover is still adequate to keep the roots from freezing, even when we see temperatures down below freezing, which we don't see a lot. But as you know, the last 2 years, we've been down in the low teens. In 2022, over the Great Freeze, we were down in high single digits, low teens, for nearly a week, and that was quite extraordinary. It caused all kinds of pipe busting, not only in homes, businesses, but in the municipal systems in the ground, because our water pipes aren't buried all that deep. So yeah, by keeping your pig all mulched with whatever you choose, you'll conserve the moisture, you'll feed it over time, and keep the roots from freezing over the harsh winter months. As far as fertilization, I just give it a well-balanced fertilizer once a year, and that's it. Little pruning, and it's off to the races. As you can see, it must be about 10 feet high. So yep, it's going to have some pruning come this late fall, early winter too. So y'all, I just wanted to share my blueberries, my pigs with you, talk a little bit about it, and encourage you to take a look and maybe growing some berries, whether it's blueberries or figs or other fruits in your area. I've tried apples, I've tried peaches and pears this far south, and yeah, you can force them to grow, but in all honesty, they don't grow well. They take a lot of maintenance. Insect pressure down here is extreme. If you get a crop, you tend to have worms. We get all kinds of diseases and everything. And I don't want to spray. The commercial growers this far south do. If you think about where apples are grown in quite abundance and where they grow very well, we're all familiar with Washington State and Oregon too. So bear that in mind when you're picking the fruit trees. Look in with your extension service or your local ag university and ask them whether it's blueberries, figs, blackberries, goji berries, apples, pears, nectarines, peaches, or what have you. Check with them. And they'll know which varieties grow best in your area. Don't depend on somebody on social media. Not even on Mr. Tom. I mean, as you can see, my Brightwell, Powder Blue, and Premier blueberries do great for me. But that doesn't mean wherever you are, they'll do great for you too. Another thing with blueberries is you got to keep the soil pH low. And I do that by adding sulfur. Yes, I do. Now, they get mulched with oak leaves by the tons. And oak leaves are acidic when they're green, but are hardly any acidic and more neutral when they decompose. And that's a fact. Look it up. I know myth says oak leaves are acidic, so are pine needles too. But if you'll read in depth, that's when they're more green, not once they turn brown and start to decompose. They're only slightly. And they won't change your soil enough to grow bountiful blueberry crops. Trust me, they won't. So anyway, you got to test your soil to know all that. But I have found that growing blueberries and figs, even here this far in the deep south, isn't much of a chore. A little bit of care, they pretty much take care of themselves. So there. Let me know in the comments below the video what types of fruits and berries you're growing, what you do to take care of them, and how successful they are in your area. That's how we all learn here in our little community. It's not just what I do, but what all of you do too, and I hope you'll share. So hey, I got to get on in. It's getting time. Prepare something for the kitty crew, and some supper for me too. And tonight I'm cooking. I feel up to it, so I'm going to do it. It's just going to be simple fare. But if y'all are good, and since you dropped by, if you'd like to see, we'll stop on by a little later. Maybe we can all get in the kitchen and get to cooking too. So until I, Spooky, Cleo, Speedy, little Princess Gracie of the house, sometimes Heathcliff and Fluffy Muffin, see y'all in that next video. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. And may God bless you all as you bless those in your lives. And as always, we love you for everything y'all do. Thank you for coming by. Goodbye for now. Yeah, Spooky, we're going to have more blueberries. And we know what to do, like always. But remind Papa, as soon as these blueberries get picked off, of course I know that's going to be about, end of July, 1st of August. We got to get in here and get the vines out and get to pruning them back some too. There's always things to do. Oh, sorry for the rambling. Later all.